Hey, good evening, guys. Today we're going to take a look at Barbarossa, Army Group Center, 1941. Second edition, published by GMT Games, and designed by Vance von Voorhees. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Second edition, I guess, is by Roger McGowan. Comes with a single D10 in a baggie, so you don't lose it. Comes with a set of standard rules. It's matte paper. You can easily write on this with pencil and erase without too much trouble. Yeah, I like this paper. The rule book comes in at 64 pages, including credits. This tells you how to play the game. Gives you a clear indication of what nationalities or what color units. There's also a movement allowance color code. That would be this red box. No, it wouldn't be. No. The number itself, the movement allowance, this last number is yellow. So down here, yellow means infiltration capable. That just gives you extra abilities. This one, see, for instance, this one here, this is an artillery unit. Its movement allowance is green. And it's super heavy artillery. It's got its own special rule. And there's full strength, reduced strength units. And their attack and defensive capabilities drop, of course, when they're flipped. And then there's replacement units for the third and fourth step. Oh, it looks like there's like 4 steps to them. Okay. So it's going over the different units. Here's the unit symbol. Well, here's the size symbols. Everybody should be, well, anybody that plays war games will be pretty familiar with this. 2 is a battalion, 3 is a regiment, 1X is a brigade, and 2X is a division. It's pretty standard. And then here's all the different unit types with standard NATO symbols. They break them down in armored units, motorized units, non-motorized units, special units, and artillery units. Oh, look, armored train. Nice. Here it's going over some player aid markers. There's a ton of them. Frequently used abbreviations. This is a pretty detailed book, pretty detailed game. Starts with the basic concepts, goes into starting the game. Here's the sequence of play right here. You have a strategic segment, followed by an Axis player segment, followed by a Soviet player segment, followed by an administrative segment. And within each of those segments, there are sub-phases, or phases. And then here it's going over the different phases. Weather, supply, going over supply sources, supply status, supply units, supply dumps, Axis fuel shortage, going over replacements. It's just air unit readiness. Now it's going over ground unit movement. So it's a pretty detailed, in-depth rule book. Well, it's really only 60 pages, I would say, because the last few, one's a blank page, and then the rest of the rule book is an index and a credits. So it's only 60 pages. Not that makes that big of a difference. But look there's the Soviet armored train. Soviet surrender. All kinds of different. I mean, this is just a huge game with all kinds of information. But it's written, it's 2 columns per page, big font, which is great for my old eyes. Then we have the playbook for Barbarossa. And it comes in at 49 pages, although the last page on the back is the hold on. The last 2 pages is your expanded sequence of play, and it's 2 columns per page, and it goes through each sequence with each phase. That's pretty sweet. Then it gives you a counter manifest. Then designer notes. I don't know why I'm going from the back forward. Trying to get to the, okay, here we go with, oh, this is example of play. It's an extended, detailed example of play that begins on page 26 and runs through to the designer notes, which, page 26 to page 38. So there's 12 pages of a detailed example of play. So the playbook itself actually ends on page 25. These are scenarios. No, they're not all scenarios. Well, from page 14 to page 25 are scenarios. There's 8 scenarios. But the first 13, well, the first 12 pages are going over special situations, special movement, reinforcements and replacements, game equipment. Oh, if you have more games in this series, it shows you how the maps can be put together to play. Okay. Okay. I got it. Then it comes with a ton of player aids. Here's a Axis setup card. It's double-sided, different scenarios, and it folds. It's huge. Here's another one for the Axis, double-sided, different scenarios on each side. Oh, no. Yeah. Then we have one for the Soviets, double-sided, per scenario. Some of these have more than one. Like you would use this for scenario 8 and also for scenario 4 and 7. Yeah, I mean, it's you might have to use a few of these actually. This one's for scenario 3. This one's for scenario 6. So you may only use half of one of these or part of one. Here's another little half sheet of a setup card. This is special reinforcement pool. And scenario 6 on the back. It's all on good card stock. Then we come to a map. Map card 1. Map card 1 front, scenario 3. Oh, these are scenarios you can play on here. On these little ones maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, this might be what these are. Axis. Here's the Axis Super Heavy Artillery Effects table. And then here's the scenario card 1, scenario 1, the learning scenario, the Battle of Borisov. Yeah, I think you use these just little cards here to play on. Then there's a couple player aids. Here's your combat results table, terrain effects chart. And then on the inside, there's a bunch of other tables and charts. Looks like there's 2 of them, one per player. Then there's another chart. Has like all your movement and counter explanations on it. Then there's another chart that has tables and charts on them, replacement tables, geographical location, what is it, victory point sketch. Oh, this is a victory point chart. Oh, here we go. Then here's the expanded sequence of play again as a player aid. It's on a 4-chart cardstock. And there's 2 of them, 1 for each player, which is awesome. Here's a holding box chart. Another holding box chart. One for Russia, one for Soviet Union, 1 for Germany. It's your turn record track. Army Group Center Step Reduction Organization chart. Oh, okay, I see what that's for. You put the extra steps on here, and as they get that way, they're just easier to find and manage. Here we go. Here's a map. This is map WA, which is just like a little half map. Lots of swamp, rivers, forest on it. Then there's map C, which is a much larger, regular sized fold out map. I'm not going to unfold it. It's clear. I like the contrast. Even if it's just a little drab, it's still all right. Very functional. Map D, which is another full-size map that folds out. Man, look at all that swamp forest. Map H, another full map, and map I, which is another full map. Then we have counter sheets. There are 5 of them. This one here are the German units. There's some German Luftwaffe units. Some more German units. Some artillery down here. Administrative markers. Here's some Soviet air power. I've got a big sheet of Soviets. Lots of infantry. Some motorized, some armor, but lots and lots of infantry. There's another Soviet unit counter sheet. We got some rockets here. Some rocket artillery. But again, lots of infantry. Here's a lot of armor though. But mostly infantry. Some cav. Here is a sheet of administrative markers. It's for your railheads. Out of supply. Other indications for different effects. Well, that's a quick look at this game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.